The following trailer is rated H for honest. In an era where almost all video games were about moving from left to right until you were out of continues, get ready for a new generation of gaming as you leave the beautifully rendered hand-drawn art of the 2D consoles behind and enter a brand new dimension of 3D games that all look like a 5-year-old's art project. Nintendo 64. Discover brand new ways to be terrible at video games as they make the ultimate transition from a thing that anyone can pick up and understand to an arcane art mostly mastered by 12-year-olds. As the N64 forces your brain to navigate 3D spaces with a digital avatar for the first time. Shift the camera not to be constantly behind a wall, and grapple with platforming that suddenly involves depth perception, causing most adults to swear off gaming for life immediately, so they don't get mocked by their own children for sucking ass at Mario. Because if you beat your father at Mario Kart, you're the dad now. Listen, I don't make the rules. Once you've wrapped your head around existing in a 3D space, get ready for the Lovecraftian nightmare that is the N64 controller. A device clearly designed by aliens with only the vaguest idea of what human hands look like, as Nintendo ramps up from 6 buttons and 1 directional pad to 9 buttons, 4 of which are also a D-pad and 1 slapped on the back, a third prong for the mutated arm that comes out of your chest, and an analog specifically rigged to destroy your palm when you play that one Mario Party minigame. In the closest actual video game controllers have come to looking like the ones from existence. Say what you will about the 64 controller, but at least you don't have to plug it into your spine. Experience the dawn of the modern era of Nintendo as the N64 kicks off a grand tradition that lasts until this day of console libraries with a few undeniable first-party classics that redefine their genres entirely and push their platforms to the absolute limit. Rounded out with a third-party catalog that's harder to go back to than the week-old pizza in the corner of your room. In a console that largely ignored the edgy adult themes that dominated the PlayStation, giving you bright, vibrant colors even in the first-person shooters, and more quirky mascot platformers than you can shake a collectible at. And God help you if you wanted to play an RPG. After Paper Mario, best thing you had is Quest 64, a game so generic they didn't even name it. Experience the true power of the Nintendo 64, the 4 controller ports on the front, and wrap yourself in the nostalgic blanket of split-screen multiplayer memories as the N64 fosters a brand new generation of lasting friendships in college dorms and living rooms across the world. Forged in the crucible of Mario Kart, GoldenEye, Smash Brothers, and the unspeakable hellmouth that is the Mario Party series, as well as bitter rivalries caused by the long obsolete practice of screen looking, where letting your eyes straight from the 1/4 of your 14-inch TV screen that your character was on for even a minute was punished with severe censure from your opponents for being cheap and lame, and maybe even earned you a well-deserved kick to the balls. Also, no odd job, that's for babies. So mash those C buttons, slam that vibrating box in the back of your controller, and take a triple jump down memory lane for a legendary console that lives on in the minds of the people that grew up with it as one of the greatest gaming experiences of all time, and literally no one else. Because even if the gameplay is still good, playing them nowadays feels like rubbing your eyes on a cheese grater. Starring Bob Hoskins' Jump World, Pot Breaking Simulator, Slappers Only, Slippy Toad's Wild Ride, Ape Escape, the tedium of collecting all this stuff, Pokerazzi, Let Your Brother Smash, Rainbow Road the video game, Goodnight Moon, Farmville 1.0, Quakerassic Park, and the one with the musical number featuring animated shit, Normitendo, 64 flavors of platformer. You know, cartridges may have been behind the times even then, but nothing beats the feeling of blowing into one of those suckers and having it magically work. Comment below on what you want me to read in my epic voice. Roses are red, violets are blue. My voice is too epic for mortals like you. The prophecy is true by the cat. Imminent demise to oppressors without suffering when convenient.